212. Shout out to everybody on the live stream. Thank you for jumping on into the Crypto Lifer Show. No matter where you are in the world, we are here for you no matter what. We don't take a day off, no matter what the holiday is, no matter where we are, no matter what's going on. It does not matter. Christmas, New Year's, I'll be here telling you what's going on with Bitcoin, getting you through, because you might be in a train. You might need some help. You might want to know what's going on, and the Crypto Lifer is going to be here for you, holding you down. Shout out to Main Gear up in the spot. Shout out to 107 people watching on the live stream. That's unbelievable. You people are unbelievable. Coming hard with the Christmas music on the lo-fi, baby. Just let it rock. Just let it go. Let your body move. A 1, a 2, a 3, I spit it for you quick. It's Thanksgiving and we're gonna go. I'm gonna hit it sick. I got the gig chicken like I got the big turkey leg. I'm eating it. I'm getting the stuffing. I'm getting it all. No bluffing. I'm eating the cranberry sauce. Pause. I want it all. I got my claws on all the food on the table. This is not a fable. This is not a show on cable. Banging it and beating it, ripping it and keeping it, flipping it and sinking it. I'm going for the all, I'm going for the gusto. I'm going for the top of the mountain until I let go. I'm screaming and I'm spitting and I'm ripping and I'm hitting and I'm flipping. No confusion and collusions. They're talking about this and that. I tip my hat and stop rapping immediately. Let's get the show on the road. Shout out to everybody on the live. Just trying to cheer you up on this Bitcoin dip. Try to dip us all the way back down to 53,600. Oh my goodness. That was crazy. Let's take a look at the levels to watch. Let's break down what's happening with BTC. Let me pop out the chat. Shout out to everyone here on the chat. Thank you for coming on in. 110 people on this wonderful Saturday night. Thank you for coming on in. Appreciate each and every one of you. Look at that. All big on the big old monitor. Oh yeah. Shout out to Icy Club. Bars on bars. Always love this. Really freestyle. Please do with Eminem. Old time family days at home. Loving it. Check it, check it, check it. I was a little kid dreaming about Satoshis. You can't hold me back, let me go, you just can't hold me. I'm stacking all the Bitcoin, keep it moving, that's what I want. It's haunting me in my dreams. It seems there's nothing else that's coming out the seams. It's coming out my jeans, it's coming out my jeans. Shout out to everyone here on the live stream. East Coast hip hop was raw. It was the rawest hip hop. My daughter loved that. She said, can we all just appreciate his singing? Shout out to Jordan Collins, Steve Voss. Shout out to the 199 Super Chat. Appreciate each and every one of you. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. And we talked about it being in a rising wedge. Rising wedges break down, what, 68% of the time. And what happened to Bitcoin here? We did get the drop to the downside. One good thing. The only thing we'll talk about here is if the 15-minute is spent, which I do believe we are, and we're starting to get the pump to the upside. Also, this is some bullish divergence right here. We have swing down to swing down here on the 15-minute. But this swings flat or not even close. Slightly, let's see. So it's slightly down. It is a downtrend, but it's nowhere near. It's class like D. It's like the beginning of it. It's just the beginning of it, but it is still divergence. Nonetheless, it is divergence. There it is, my friends. And it's starting to play out a little bit. Let's go to the 7-minute. It's probably far more apparent on the 7-minute, and it is. 7-minute, you see the apparent bullish divergence. And I'm telling you, we saw 7-minute bullish divergence create a very, very low for Bitcoin before. Right there, look at that sharp downward and that uptrend. There's sharp bullish divergence there, and that's a bottom for Bitcoin at 53,498. Could we have already bottomed, and could we just be playing games in a range? Anything is possible, but we're going to break that down. We're going to show you how to figure that out, and we're going to teach you the ways of the world. in cryptocurrency and technical analysis. If you stay with the Crypto Lifer every single day here on the YouTube network, if you can believe it. So, Wandering Soul says Bitcoin is done forever. Sell it all, move on, because it's cooked, man. It's going to its grave. So let's take a look. That's what he said. That's not what I'm saying. Anyway, falling wedges break to the downside. Measured move was really right here. So far, we got caught by the 15-minute and pushed to the upside. So far, so good. You could even say we bottomed here, and we're just kind of climb our way out to the top of the range, and that takes some time. Like up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Sometimes the down is a little lower. As long as we don't hit this level. So Bitcoin is, to me, bullish, mini bullish, right? It's macro bearish until we get above. See this zone here we're talking about? Really, this zone here. Until we break above these levels and get a candle close above 61,550 even. Really, this is like going to be it for me right there. That's a zone that we need to break above, okay? If Bitcoin can't break above that zone, to me, you know, we're struggling, you know? Let's see here. So taking a look at Bitcoin here at 54,186. It's just more my style to keep it moving as we jump into Cwar. Most don't, but ZK-Tube only has 130,000 tokens in circulation. Yeah, we really like ZK-Tube. And we're going to talk about that tonight, too, with the ZK rollups and the whole ZK sync. And got a new granddaughter this week. Life is good. Thanks for the vibes and the love. Shout out to Steve Voss. Appreciate you, man. Daddy, why you bald? Well, son, there was this thing called Bitcoin and crypto. Shout out to everyone here on the live. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. And look, like just like that, the internet is pumping tonight. Everything is working. Everything is running. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Can we get the likes up to the watchers? I would greatly appreciate it. You know I'm drinking that lemon water. Look at the lemon seeds hanging out at the bottom. And we'll be back in the big studio tomorrow night. The trip has ended. What a beautiful trip it was. What a time it is to be alive. Shout out to everyone here on the live stream. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Congrats to Steve. Nice suit, dapper, dark. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Can barely see it. There we go. Okay, yeah, it looks fresh. Pocket Square's got the dotting, like the dotting on the shirt. Tried to do that. I don't know if you guys see what I'm saying there. Anyway. Appreciate it. So, Bitcoin. If we could bottom here, we could continue to the upside. Low stochastics on the 15-minute. I'd like to see us get a candle close above 55,898, basically 55,000. I want to see a candle close above 55,000 on the next push-up on the 15-minute stochastic. And the 1 hour is coming down to the downside, getting back to the oversold region. Okay, with still some room to go on the stochastics. And so far, a lack of bearish momentum. Could have been a bigger bearish turn here on the MACD, but the MACD could be crossing worse. We'll be watching that closely as well. Falling volume with falling price. That's a good sign right there, right? Tells me that we could get a reversal. What do I mean by that? Let me show you. Well, this is clearly a downtrend in volume. Downtrend in price. Usually you get a solid reversal out of this to the upside. So we're watching that closely too here. So you have this here, and then you have this wedge possibly here, this falling wedge. See this forming here? And actually even this, let me show you. Almost a smaller pennant right here. You see it? Like that. Now, that smaller pennant, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate that. Let's jump on in. And thank you for saying that. You're the best. Hope you and the family are having a great weekend. Could you please do a deep dive on the Time Wonderland? Much appreciated. A lot of people keep asking me about Time Wonderland. I've gone over it a bunch of times. We'll go over it again. No worries. I believe it's Olympus, connected to the Olympus, OHM, but it's staking. Staking is going well for it, and it's interesting to see. So, yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. This is falling to the downside. Let's take a look at the 4 hour. The 4 hour is the main component here. Last 1, 2 times we had a good move in the 4 hour on the low stochastics. Can we get it again? Can we bounce off this level? We did. We had a low. We had a lower low. Can we get a higher high now and a higher low again? So we have a low, a higher low. We'd like to get a higher high and a higher low. That's the idea right now. We're watching Bitcoin very, very closely from the bounce off of 53,000. About 600 was the low. So now I'm going to go look at a bigger time frame and talk about something else that we've been watching for a while, and just to kind of prep you guys for what could possibly be going on in the market. So here we're going to take a look at the weekly time frame, okay? And we're going to go over this yet again because I've gone over this a few times, but I think it's worthy to talk about. Now, we always touch the 21-day moving average before we can move to the upside or get very close, but usually we come and touch it on a good, healthy retracement. If the retracement is healthy and doing what it's supposed to do, if the retracement is healthy and doing what it's supposed to do, right, then you should touch that. You should touch that. Thank you so much for the whoa. $5 super chat. Can you look at Mana, Gala, and BLOK? Bobby Fan for the triple entendre. I would love to look at all three anyway. Thank you so much for the $30 super chat. Why not? You're the man, dude. I appreciate you. $30 super chatting on a Saturday night. Thank you for that. Appreciate it so much. Okay, so moving forward. So we're getting a falling wedge here too, right? And we were talking about this, showing signs of a giant cup and handle. And as much as I didn't want it to go down, at the same time, I wanted it to make a cup and handle, didn't I? So I'm like, well, and to me, it usually has to come and touch that 21-day moving average. Now, one thing that could be happening, because usually you don't get like more than 4 or 5 weeks straight down. I mean, you usually get a couple weeks, even, couple weeks, something, couple weeks. Look at that, 2 weeks. We haven't ever seen more than 2 down weeks for Bitcoin. Look at this. Isn't this crazy? Look, 2 weeks, 1 bad week, 2 good weeks, 2 bad weeks, 2 good weeks, 2 bad weeks, 2 good weeks, 2 horrible bad weeks, but at least 3 okay weeks, 2 bad weeks, 1 week, 2 bad weeks, right? 5 good weeks, 1 bad week, 1 good week, 1 bad week, 1 good week, 1 bad week, 3 good weeks, 1 bad week, 3 good weeks, 2 bad weeks. If we have a third bad week, it would be the first time since right here, where there was 3 or 4 bad weeks in a row on June of 2020. Interesting. Very interesting, don't you think? I think it is. But yeah. So that's something that is, we just kind of discovered as a team together. So 2 ideas. Are we forming a wedge, or are we forming, some say it has to be the wedge. Let's look at it on the 3-day, get a little more, looking a lot wedgy so far here on the 3-day. But even the 3-day is starting to show signs of a bounce here from this 53K wick, or, because there's a slight area here. But this is like the main, weekly and the 3-day support kind of share the same region. Very strong. 3-day shows really good support in resistance regions too. So you can see, like, if we retrace here and bounce, it's really just showing signs of like a really good strong support. Still ideas of a double top. Did we double top? I'm open-minded to believe anything is possible, right? So I don't shut down any ideas and say guaranteed no. I'm open to believe anything is possible, but so far, right, I take it one day at a time. Like, Bitcoin has to break one level to break another. Like, I'm not bearish to 30K until I see it break 52K, right? And then like 55K, 49K, and then 45K, right? Like, you don't just jump on the bearish bandwagon just on one idea, one thing. It does, to me, it's not, that's not how it works, you know? I have to see confirmation of one or the other idea, and that has to make sense, right? So I even pull what here is I pull like basically a Fibonacci around this level here, right around here to there. And we're coming close to the 618, which is going to be right here at like 51,000, even the golden pocket 52,000. 7062 is 48,900 if we wick down there. Then, you know, we're touching on the 3-day, we're doing pretty good. It was a good retracement. 3-day is strong, starting to show signs of a movement to the upside. We'll watch this, but the 3-day is looking pretty nice, and I like playing the 3-day a lot. Another thing that I see on the 3-day that no one's really talking about, and this is why we stay with this channel, because we do the same things over and over again. Once you become a lifer, you get it. Swing up to swing up, swing sideways, right? Slight uptrend, but nowhere near that uptrend. That's like Class B hidden bullish divergence. Tells us the trend could continue to the upside, right? We'll watch this. Even if we come down, we're still going to have the divergence. Right now, we're getting a green candle on the 3-day chart, too. Seems like we held pretty well against this low of $53,000. And I mean, all big traders were looking at that macro level as a pullback on these 3-day and weekly charts as well. So this is just something to show you on the bigger time frame, not to really be freaked out about, like not to be freaked out, scared about. Every time we came down here, healthy retracement, which we shot from, came down. This, we stayed here in a muggy area, but we were down for a while. But we came out with a retracement. We came down again with a nice big retracement, and we're down here again with a bullish cross. Yes, we could come down again and do double, but we could also begin to start to move up here on the 3-day and get a nice move to the upside. So watching this very closely, if this is a falling wedge, right, and I'm going to take off these other ideas here for now because they're kind of in the way, and I believe they just don't serve as much as a purpose until they are needed. But we pull the pole here, the length of the pole, and we swing it to the upside, right, just to see what we got going on. And when we look at it closely, we do see that we have, $81,000 is basically the target here of this move to the upside, right? Would be like somewhere on January 1st, maybe, it might take a while. I don't know if we get 100K in this cycle, in this year, maybe this cycle, but maybe not in this year, so to speak, okay? We broke above the previous high, came back down, made a beautiful high at about $69,000. What a beautiful that was for Bitcoin. So far, Bitcoin's holding steady. I like what we're seeing here on the 3-day chart. Okay, so open up, when in doubt, zoom out, look at a bigger time frame, see what you got cooking, see what's going down. All right. Also look at that daily chart. Also oversold extremely at this point. Really getting ready for a big push to the upside. Bitcoin's looking very bullish to me on a macro scale. When I really zoom out and I stop worrying about the minutia, I like what I'm seeing here. I like what I'm seeing. I like how Band started to make a bit of a move. This is the new, all right, I'm putting you on right now, all right? So right now, you're about to hear the knowledge. Write this down. Remember, my channel, we were trading last November. And last November, we didn't know what was going to be going down as to what exactly was going to be the hottest coin, right? But we pivoted into NFTs. We pivoted into DeFi, right? We found Cake. I didn't know what Cake was until we got into it and we started doing the do, and we were using crypto and we were getting into it. Now we're doing the do with crypto gaming, play to earn, right? I may not be playing the play to earn all the time. That scared me, right? It came out of nowhere. I may not be playing play to earn all the time, but I get it. I know what it is. I'm involved in it. I understand it. I'm using it to my advantage. And let's talk about my big winner here on the day. Shout out to all my Cwar, Cwar fans, man. Banging on them at 418. getting up there to some big levels. So, and let's talk about Cryo War and why I like it, why I got into it. Went all the way up to 441 today, sitting at 418, just went past 420. Let's look at this thing on a time frame that we can even kind of get a handle on. The 4 hours still moving to the upside. Look at that. Hasn't even hit its top zone or began to curve on the stochastics RSI. It's got room to move. I see this thing getting all the way up to my target here at about $6.53. We were even getting it into here at 231. I even started getting into it at 187. We were talking about it down here at 133. This was very similar to when we started getting into Naka. These are like a lot of the coins that we started looking at when no one really knew about them. We were looking at them on the low, right? So this looks like it's on its way to do a Blocktopia. Looks like it's on its way to do some serious damage. I jumped in here around 189, 170, and 194. I always like to kind of ladder myself in. Cwar doing serious damage. Actually, probably one of the biggest winners of the day of any coin out here. It's a sea of red. Cwar is just absolutely destroying it. Up more than 10%. They've reset it on the time. Now it's even pumping right here at 421. Let's look at it on a smaller time frame. What do we see happening? Wow, the 15-minute wants to pump. And the 50-minute for Bitcoin wants to pump. So even if Bitcoin recovers, this thing is just going to take Bitcoin's recovery and pump into that as well because it did well while Bitcoin slumped. So this coin just destroyed it. You know, I was holding a lot. I made a pretty big play on this coin, I'll be honest with everyone. And it's nice, honestly, to look when you own a coin like that and you make some pretty serious gains on a day when Bitcoin's dumping. You feel pretty good about yourself as a trader, about just how you read the market, and just maybe, you know, some say it's pure luck, right? But also, it's also like we were looking at this coin. It's a new coin. I knew new coins don't get affected as much by a Bitcoin dip because it's all about the hype here. There's still a lot of hype for Cwar. Look at this bit of a cup and handle forming here for Cwar. So beautiful to see Cwar doing its thing, doing the damage, so to speak, having its way with the market and just kind of staying on key. Another one is P Network, just doing on them, right? The PNT network, this thing is doing them. P Network, just continuing to rip to the upside, showing signs. Look, there's a mini cup and handle here on the 15-minute, already doing its thing. See, this is if you're a trader that can do this, if you can see the cup and handle fast, you're going to begin to excel. If this is something you can do fast, if you're able to put this together in a manner that is just, you know, bam, cup and handle on the 15, target is up there at about 198, right? Let's see. You know, it's about to flip, hasn't even flipped yet. It's ready to go. Stochastics are low with already a push to the upside. Lack of bearish momentum on the MACD, falling volume with falling price. This thing is looking nice. Looks like it has more legs to go, and it's one of the more bullish things on the day, right? So. And data is flying, which is interesting, right? AMP is up a little bit right now. DOT is down. BNB is down, right? KP3R against Bitcoin, up against BNB doing well. SHR going up a little bit, which is interesting, right? I hold this token, the saddest token to hold in the world. COCOS BQX, right? Showing some signs of life on a bounce here on the 15-minute. This bounce right here off near the 618 off a retracement. This thing's looking very, very healthy. Remember, it just came off of a massive pump to the upside. Seemed to break out here, form another little flag, break out of that again. Now it's above the 0.5 Fibonacci. I would watch this thing. This thing's cooking. We start, suggested, and I like an entry here for myself at 352 and a target all the way up to 848. So COCOS BX, right? COCOS BX, this thing is looking hot. It's on a lot of people's wish list for the Christmas season, and it's been pumping ever since it was down here at around 70 cents, a 5X, and holding. Did a huge pump here all the way to a high of about 659. So you know it can get there, and it has the legs. So watch COCOS. It's on my radar. Might want to write that down, and do your own research ashore, as well. Do I hold any at the moment? No, I'm not pumping my own bags, actually. So just so you know, I'm not. Nothing. I don't like doing that. I'm very honest. I don't hold any COCOS. If I did, I'll let you know. But I'm definitely thinking of maybe scooping a swing trade on that move to the upside or using some of that move on a scalp city. So KP3R making pretty big moves and getting ready for another one, in my humble opinion. Remember, it blasted all the way up here to $2,000 a coin and it came back down. Now it's kind of settling off. We're going to pull a Fibonacci here for you as well, show you what's going on with the fib level to see what we're seeing here for KP3R. And I like what we're seeing, man. It's back, bouncing really close near the 618. We could see even more retracement down to the 706 or the golden pocket, but, it's definitely getting back into that retracement area, something you want to keep your eye on. If the market does start to have a nice pump back to the upside, KP3R highly likely to continue its rampage back to $2,900 a coin. That's what the measured move is. And again, the measured move defies logic, right? Do I think it's going to $29 a coin? No, I have no idea. Like, this isn't my personal prediction. This is what the technical analysis is. I'm just reading it. I'm reading the tea leaves. I'm showing you the way they want to be, in my humble opinion, the way they want to be shown. And it is my style of interpreting it, right? Someone might interpret it differently. This is how I see it, okay? Super chats. The Wonderland. Mana, Gala, and Block. Lifer TA for Gamma if you can. Looks cheap and hop. Yeah, we also jumped on Gamma. I jumped on Gamma early on, and that actually pumped yesterday, the day before as well. I actually jumped into Nevada Coin the night before. So I picked 3 winners in a row during the Bitcoin dump, no lie. 3 coins, it all pumped one after the other in succession during the Bitcoin dump. And Cwar, we add Cwar to the mix. Beautiful, beautiful thing. Sand also recovering a little bit inside of it all. So the metaverse is strong, showing really signs of a push. Is it stronger than anything else out there? Does it mean it can withstand anything? I mean, no. A huge Bitcoin pullback, I believe, will affect anything in the market. But it's showing signs of life, and everyone always likes to say there will be a decoupling. I'd love to say that. I'm just afraid to go on a limb and say it yet. I'd rather be late to the party and have it happen than be like, yeah. Then be like, yeah, the decoupling is on, and then be like, nah, dude, no decoupling at all. I'd like to see. It shows there's some signs of there's the beginnings, but I've seen the beginnings many times, and everyone jumped on a bandwagon, and then Bitcoin just broke everyone's little heart. So, once you've had your heart broken like mine so many times, like, you don't want to put it back out there on a limb for Bitcoin to crush. So I'm always weary. I like Ori. I think Ori's a big deal. I'm with you on AURY. I'll take a look at that. We'll take a look at EXRD. Let's take a look at the super chat. Shout out to Gina Bobina up in the spot. Super chat's a deep dive on Wonderland, Mana, Gala, Block, and Gamma. Let's take a look at what my man's talking about here with Time Wonderland. I know about it. It's like $8,000 a coin. We see it going to, the technical analysis is suggesting $12,000. We've gone over a deep dive. I have a photographic memory of the chart in my mind right now. When I close my eyes, I see it. Looked like it was in like a falling pennant on its way up. It was looking pretty bullish too as well. We'll take a look at it for you, and we'll take a look at also the website one more time for anyone who's wondering what time is one more time. No time in pun time intended. No pun intended this time. Get it? Well, time and time again. The DeFi Wonderland. Financial tools to grow your wealth. Stake and earn compounding interest. Total staked. Enter the app. Documentation. Wonderland. Current APY 85,966%. I mean, that's beautiful. People like that, right? Not this time. Pending, no pun intended. Good rap. Big pun and no big pun intended. Thank you, love. Good idea. Time Wonderland, right? So I haven't entered the app before, right? And attached my whole shabil. TVL 1 billion though, current index. This thing's looking nice. Mint discounts. Interesting. Stake, dashboard. $7,200. It's come down a little bit from the $8,000 it was. Market cap $2.7 billion though. What a biggie. I mean, this thing could grow like cake. This thing is moving. Big APYs there. Not bad. 410. I wonder, is that a lockup stake? Pending, no big pun intended. Good rep. No. Yeah, it's interesting. King FLOKI doing damage. We'll take a look at some of that on PooCoin as well. Let's get the likes up for our boy. Shout out to Crypto Cam, up with the spot. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Might get some load action here. Let's look at King FLOKI. Oh. No love for King FLOKI. That thing just went on a straight fly up. Unreal, right? When you get in on those on the low. And there you have it, man. That thing. But you never know. High risk, high reward, man. You can put in 100 of them and you never know. But King FLOKI did some damage today. Doing some damage. But Cwar, man, my baby. Cwar, the winner for the day. Killing them. Burger has been on a little bit of a move. Hard back to 99, right? Sell USDD. Let's take a look at CELL too. Let's take a look at Citizen Finance. That thing has been on fire. CIFI, Citizen Finance. That thing's been on fire. With a $43 million market back to 287, this thing has not pulled back, not much at all. We saw it at 120. It's when I first found this thing, and I was late to the party. Citizen Finance. This thing looks hot. I'm telling you right now, with a tiny market cap from where this thing could go, and it's flagging out right here. Look at this. Very interesting. Citizen Finance, and this thing could do some serious damage. You put some damage cheese on your bull burger, and that's how you eat it, ready to go with some, you know, green onions, and you're ready to rock, right? Keep off the red tomatoes and the red tamales. Nothing red needed. Only use the green ketchup. Shout out to everyone here on the live. Appreciate each and every one of you. But this thing is a hot project. I'm telling you, it's on the radar. Again, Epic Prime, Citizen Finance, and what's another one? Cellframe. I own Cellframe. I don't own Epic Prime, and I don't own Citizen Finance yet. I regret that too. Like I should have. So don't make my mistake. Do your research, man. Look at this thing. Possible double top to the downside. We'll see. Right? If it holds this level though, it's flying. And it's more forming a bull pennant. It's very, very bullish right now. It hasn't had a bigger pullback, but it's very, very, very bullish. So it's definitely on my radar. Citizen Finance. Okay? Okay, moving forward, let's see here. Let's take a look at Mana, GALA, BLOK, and Gamma. I'm just going to look at Gamma just because I'm over here at Zapu Coins. It's GAM, right? Gamma is GAM. So look at this thing. We're getting this thing on the very, very low after it popped up here. Still in the, nothing has really changed. I like how you can actually hit the save button and it's been saving it. I like what I'm seeing for this thing. Yeah, a little pullback, but bouncing off this level, not much of a low it can go from, really, Hey, Sam, Curl on the 1 hour RSI looking way overbought and spicy. Oversold, I think, and spicy. Thoughts and target for re-entry. Thank you. We'll take a look at that. Thank you. Popular cuts, turn the voice levels higher. Turn the voice levels up. Okay, yeah, that could be done. How's that? Okay, yeah. Yeah, I can see that. I'm just talking a little lower today, too. I guess maybe I'm not screaming. But shout out to everyone here on the live. Thank you. That's a nice, stronger voice level. I'm sorry about that. That's probably way more appropriate. Appreciate that. And no music is great. One night with no music, it's all right. We'll get through it. We'll be back with music tomorrow night. It's coming in and out intermittently, which is more annoying than not. So, okay. So I see a cup and handle here and a measured move all the way up to 112 here for GAM, which is Gamma, BUSD. Look at it. Do your own research. But a new gaming coin that has not popped yet. Already got the pre-sale dumpage, pumpage. And you can see what's going on here. Double bottoming, finding its way. And, this is a chart and a pattern that we know so well. You may want to keep this on your radar. GAM, GAM, on the low. Okay, this is a coin that really nobody really knows about yet. So just something we're watching. You know what I'm saying? Do your own research for sure. You know what I'm saying? But this one's definitely on the radar. $660,000 market cap. I mean, what if we ride this one up to a 30? Like, you never know. We did ORE. So always watching, always looking, always keeping an eye out. We'll take a look here at Cell Frame. Also on my radar here, Quantum Resistance coin on the low that people are just kind of fiending for. And I want to see how it did today, if it held those levels pretty well. Cell Frame. 213 actually up 11% today, right? We'll go take a look at it here too on the charts as well. Cell Frame holding its gains, looking pretty nice. I like what I'm seeing for Cell Frame. I like the premise. I like the whole idea behind it, and people are fiending for this puppy. So look, it did a pullback, pumped all the way up to 370, and this thing's also forming a bit of a cup and handle. A very strong, beautiful pattern here. This is a very bullish pattern. All right. The cup and handle, again, for Cell Frame. And it's just out there. Like, look at that. Just a very open cup and handle, just waiting for the taking, waiting for the pumpage. I like what I'm seeing here for Cell Frame. These are little coins nobody really knows about, guys. People need to, do your own research for sure. $60 million market cap, tiny market cap. Take a look at this website. Do a deep dive on it, though. I like what I'm looking at. I like what's going on. Zero knowledge proof, quantum resistant scaling, and sharding. It's got a lot going for it. Cell Frame. So just something to think about. You do your own research, find out about it. I hold a little bag, not too big of a bag, but something. May add to it later as I see more progression as they work further towards their goals. But I like what I'm seeing so far for Cell Frame on the radar, something that I just watch very, very closely, right? And $60 million market cap. This has been on my radar as well. Cell Frame. And these are the days where you need to take advantage and go after, look at stuff like this when no one's really paying attention. Because no one's going to be looking at the gold right now. And there's gold sitting there. Every single day there's gold sitting there as I look at this gold. Like, ridiculous. Mini Sportzilla. But there's always going to be an opportunity. People just don't see it. And, like CryoWar doing absolute damage today. So what you do is here, you go to the cryptocurrencies, all 14,873 of them today. Unbelievable, right? How many they have now. And we're going to go for the 24-hour here. We're going to hit this. We're going to see what shows up here as hot. And anchor, GALA, 58 down, 24 hours. So look, that's crazy. Okay, yeah, look, so AMP, basic attention token, DEC decreed, crypto.com showing signs of life, EGLD bouncing back off 400 to 418. Terra, Luna likes $40. That's like a really nice bottom for a Luna. Funny, not chasing Luna and you get it back down to those beautiful prices. This Eunice said Leo is been up there a lot recently too as well. Ravencoin, not much of a budge. Kusama, less budge. AVAX holding that $100. Cake taking a beating back to 1273, but holding a little less. FTT taking a little beating back to 47 as well, holding a little bit of a budge. Some altcoins taking a bit of a hit. Interesting. NFT gaming really just holding really, really strong. STX taking a little bit of a hit from the last few weeks. Axie Infinity back to 125, but not, pretty strong comparably. But then the rest of the market starting to slip on out. So you can see the strong coins of the day. AMP, basic attention token, really holding its own in the last week, back up 57%. Really one of the bigger gainers of the entire week is basic attention token. Only a $2.5 billion market cap with what it can achieve. You get paid for watch ads if you decide to choose flip them on. Otherwise, you can keep them off right here with this little, brave lion here and use your brave shield. Unbelievable. So just seeing what's strong today, what's going on. We'll take a look. And obviously, King FLOKI and some smaller coins also are impervious to the Bitcoin dips, and also the Metaverse seems to be strong. Also, this coin has been showing signs of very strong life. So just kind of going over the stronger coins on the radar, things that we're looking at recently. Let's take a look at CIRUS, CIRUS too as well. That's been on my radar. CIRUS, okay? They're like the competitor to HNT. So, and they've been kind of quiet for a while, back to 53 cents, bottoming out here. Let's take a look at this if we look at. So, reason why I'm just thinking about it is no one's really been talking about CIRUS. They've been kind of quiet, right? And that's really when usually a coin flies, and I'm like, dang, man, I should have, would have, could have. So just wanted to put this on our radar, think about it again, realize what it is. When people get a little bored with HNT, when they want to move on, or when they've taken gains, or, when everyone thinks HNT has played out, they're going to look for the next best thing. And I think a lot of them are going to sink their teeth into CIRUS based on my research and analysis of trend-based movement. And, I'm not a financial advisor or an investment advisor. Nothing I do and say here is investment advice. Please get yourself a financial advisor, and do your own due diligence before getting into any trade, project, or coin. I'm just looking at this from my perspective, and what I like seeing is, these lows. Again, high risk, high reward, because you never know where the actual bottom could be. So I don't necessarily like to open up trades here. I look for some support or resistance. If we broke out of here and came down for a retest, would be a beautiful place to get into a trade. So I'm looking at the retest. I like what I'm seeing. And, anything is possible. We'll go from there. Bam. 257% gains possible for CIRUS. Just on my radar, hasn't moved yet. Oversold on the 4-hour time frame. Getting ready to make a move. Bitcoin's starting to make a bit of a pump. Hopefully, if it can reverse off of that 4-hour as well. So if the whole market can get a bit of a move, we shall see. Let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance. What's happening with Bitcoin dominance? Important that we look at it every single day. Now, it's in this bigger pennant that I drew, and we're bouncing off the bottom, right there off the bottom of the pennant. Quite interesting. Let's take a look at the daily time frame for Bitcoin dominance. And that actually wants to pump, telling us, does Bitcoin want to pump up to the upside? It could also mean more of dumpage, and then Bitcoin could dump and Bitcoin dominance could pump to the upside. Either way, it's showing you some market shakeup is coming, as this wants to come back to the upside on the daily time frame. Last few times it was a massive move for Bitcoin to the upside. So let's hope we can get that reversal for Bitcoin, and we can stay in this range, 51,000, 53,000, all the way to 58,000, and just range around. The altcoins will get more comfortable with that range, even though it's a bigger range and the bigger the movements. The altcoins will get more comfortable with that, and I believe we'll start seeing, a bit more recoveries and just flash pumps out of the alts while Bitcoin stays more flat. And that's kind of what we've seen in the past, and what we've even seen in the last few weeks for Bitcoin. A lot of altcoins flying while Bitcoin goes sideways. So that's on the radar as well, something that we're thinking about. That's something that I'm always looking at, kind of my strategy as adverse to what Bitcoin's doing, so that I have a bit of a plan, right? Shout out to everyone here on the live. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Thank you for jumping out. Can you take a look at XRP? We will. Let's take a look at Mana, GALA, and BLOK and Crow, and here we go. Sorry about that. Okay, so let's take a look at Mana. And Mana looks like it wants to recover, pump to the upside. I still got that target here at 727. Mana also rejected, bouncing off beautiful support and resistance so far. If it holds these levels and starts to bounce to the upside, this would be textbook SR flip for Mana. So look for Mana to hold this level, 430, anywhere between basically 435, 440. You don't want to see a real candle close really lower than 393. You get a candle close above there, below there, then you're talking, Mana going a little more sideways or bouncing. But right now, I like what we're seeing here for Mana. Let's take a look at a little fib here action when we see this little level. And now we're even bouncing off the 0.658, the 0.618, a little bit almost a golden pocket here. Wick down into the golden pocket right there from this retracement from this pump to this pump. Very interesting. So bouncing off the golden pocket here for Mana on a smaller retracement, and a pump to the upside with a low 4-hour ready to pump. This could be a big move for Mana. All eyes will be watching Mana tonight. I like what I'm seeing here for Mana off of that 618. Target still 727. Nothing changed for me for Mana. Let's take a look at GALA. The Binance drop. Look, I usually look at here now on the KuCoin side with the X. Yeah. Okay, so we were talking about GALA having a bit of a retracement, right? We hit our 62 target a while back, all right? So beautiful, beautiful days. Now, then we pulled the fib and we said, we're high on the daily time frame, on all time frames. I said, we're going to have a bit of a retracement here. We're curving on the daily. At that point, we drew a fib and tried to find out kind of where the actual top would be. Is this an actual, wow, that's an actual wick, right? Yeah, so we kind of pull the wick all the way up to there now. And, it does have a pullback. So now, see, these were all my hyperbole thoughts. These are what could be. And so now I clean it up. But that's why we didn't touch it. Like, I didn't say, you can see, like, as a good mentor, as a good teacher, the whole point of what I teach and what we do here is to show people, like, not to buy the top, right? Like, we're not going to, we don't tell you when to buy or sell, but we do want to show you when it's highly likely the top is in. I mean, these are the indications. Look, when the top was in here, you were high. You were above the 21-day move. The price was above the 21-day moving average. You were curving here on the MACD. You were extremely high here on the RSI, and you were curving on the stochastics RSI. All the indications it was time. Highly like also indicators. You can put a circle here in between the 21-day moving average and the 50, and the 21 and the 200 are really far apart, creating a wide angle. Price action would collapse. Nice, beautiful consolidation. That's when you find your consolidation. You draw your next pennant, right? You do the checklist that we teach. Is the price near the bottom, MACD, RSI, stochastics RSI, below the dotted line, oversold, ready to rock, boom, boom, boom. Hit the target of the measured move. Measured move is the length of the pole. So this is just textbook. This is what we teach. This is the textbook trading style, right? Boom, measured move, right? To the upside. If you get some more, pop, 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 pop. What happens then again? You get bearish divergence, right? Which is swing up to swing up. You can defy it if you want. I don't. Swing up to swing up. This goes swing down to swing down. Tells us that the trend will continue to the downside That's going to be divergence. Also, we're far away from the 21-day moving average, just like here, just like there. So price ends up far away from the 21-day moving average, the white line. You also see you end up with this space in between the 21-day and the 50-day, which we circled here too. We circle it right there, big space. You also see how far apart the white line and the yellow line are, the 200-day and the 21-day moving average. Collapse in price. You knew this was going to happen. Nothing keeps going forever. It doesn't mean it's not going to hit the bigger target. It's just we're doing its bullish retracement. This is what's going to happen. If everything is bullish, it will hit the 618 and continue to the upside. Hey mate, can you have a quick look at VRA? Love your work. Take it easy. Shout out to my man Tristan Fustelar, man. You're my man, dude. I remember you from day one of my first awesome students. Hope everything's going well with you, my buddy. Hope everything's going well with you and yours. Shout out to you out there. I know you may be struggling out there in Aussie, or hope you're doing well. We don't know. MetaHero made a deal with Blocktopia. That's a big deal too. That's awesome. So we'll take a look. And look, so GALA, still with the target of 124 after this retracement. So it's even looking more healthy to me, right? It's the emerging cup and handle. Now that's what starts happening, right? We get the cup and handle and then the emerging cup and handle as it starts. This is basically the moves of the bigger parabola, waiting for that bigger blow off top. As GALA, which started down at 7 cents, looks like it wants to get all the way to like $1.40 or something and do an insane move to the upside. So GALA, look for it to come back down, possibly back to the 618 Fibonacci level 53. You're looking 50 area, maybe even a wick to the 47 zone for GALA, okay? And nothing's guaranteed, just something to watch, right? These are things to watch for GALA. Let's take a look at BLOK. Blocktopia, everyone's favorite coin right now, really. Holding 12 cents, really, really beautiful in a bull pennant. Can you see it? Also an inverted head and shoulders. So, like, let's break it down. I'm going to get rid of all my old stuff. But look, it came down. Where did it come down to? We pulled our Fibonacci level to the 706 to the 0.65, right where GALA is right now. GALA is doing this exact retracement, right? Same thing. GALA needs to bounce or maybe even come down a little lower. GALA's right here, really hasn't touched the 618 yet. So this is how the fibs come into play. This is why we did a fib class. We will be posting the fib class. All right, let me just get situated. I'm in a place where the internet, every time I go to upload something, it's like a pain. All right, so I'm gonna go crazy right now for BLOK. I'm gonna show you a bunch of things that are pretty interesting. We got a cup and handle here for BLOK right off the bat. Okay, that's really all I really need to operate. Sammy cup and handy gets the cup and handle, ready to rock. Finds the measured move. We skill it from the wick to that area, right? Give me some more move, some room. Give me room, give me room. Feature presentation coming soon, early June. You know what I'm saying? We act like a werewolf in the full moon. So check it out. 22 cents, 22222, the 222 threat on the dot TZ with the 661. Unbelievable. But so that's what we're looking at here for Blocktopia. That's that 21, 22 cent region I keep focusing on. Of course, we'll probably get to this all-time high at 17, have that pullback area, which we always do, right? At that point, we should have some more chop. Maybe we bounce off this level. Maybe we bounce off that level, show some support, and begin to mosey on out and bounce off the previous high and continue to the upside. So it's just like ideas that we're looking at, right? So that's one thing that I'm seeing here. Also, though, if I just swing here on BLOK, so idea for BLOK, and here's that price label. Well, actually, price note is just bigger and better, so it's the same thing. So I'm like, why use price label when price note is just perfect? But the 1 hour's oversold for BLOK, right? It's also pretty. Let's take a look at here on the daily time frame. And not much to go in the daily still, which is interesting. 4 hours oversold as well, though. Like the bigger time frames want to go as well as the 1 hour, right? And if Bitcoin can get the bit of a bounce here, all these coins are going to get released fast. Like everyone's just going to jump right back in to these rallies. So BLOK would be one of the first coins to catch a rally if anything else did It's like the band of the old days, right? So block looking hot, on my radar again, getting oversold, and that's why you don't chase green candles, okay? And again, not financial advice. You do whatever makes you happy. Do your own research, but I personally don't chase green candles. Chasing green candles leads to pain, and it's usually an emotional decision. You want all your ideas to be based off of Fibonacci, support and resistance, levels that make sense. Now, we could delete that for block, right? That's not the only thing cooking here. We could also kind of form this here, this bull pennant that's breaking out, or that we could say already did break out, okay? Like so. See this? So an idea that block broke out, and look, it's forming another bull pennant here. Some even may want to say a symmetrical triangle, but it's getting bullish to me in this zone. So it's another thing, another way to look at it. A pennant that broke out of a pennant with a measured move here. Smaller idea, right? Smaller trade, still same kind of something going on. And then when I even go to a smaller time frame, like the 1 hour, watch how crazy this gets, right? But who sees it? I know my lifers probably, one of my lifers sees it before me. But we got the shoulder, the head, and the shoulder. And this is why people come here to this channel, because this is what it's all about here. Now, inside of this, you even see a little cup and a handle. Inside of the smaller area, too, inside there. So, block, just smaller time frame, wants to get to 18 and do some damage. So I like what I'm seeing for block. Falling volume with falling price suggests there will be a reversal, and you're seeing that right there as well. So this is all on the radar. We're kind of breaking down the deep dive here for block and what's going down. Now, if we take this, right, we can even take the length of this pole and say this is where this bigger target is eventually for block, and that's back to that 22 cents. So we're getting two 22-cent confirmation areas off of two different patterns played out in two different ways, and we already played out the Fibonacci levels and the bounces. So we've done our work with block. We're kind of it's pretty played out. Things make sense unless the whole market takes a dump to the downside completely. It's more likely the block will prevail and do some damage. So block on the radar, and something that I'm just thinking about as well. Shout out to my team. Shout out to my blockheads. Appreciate each and every one of you. And, yeah, rock out with your block out all day long, baby. So I could cook it 6 different ways. It all depends how you want to see it, and you could become a TA master too. If this is something you like, if this excites you, jump on into the beginner's course every single Tuesday from 3 to 5. It'll blow your mind. I think you'll absolutely love it. And it'll show you how to find these patterns, and basically give you the confidence. And I'll even give you some homework that you can work on yourself. And then if you like that, you can jump into the Patreon for $99 a month and have a blast. We're going to be giving away, no, we're not giving away anything, but we're going to be doing a Cyber Monday, definitely a Cyber Monday discount. So if you want to wait to jump in on Cyber Monday, what is going to be the date of Cyber Monday? Let me take a look here. We even push it till Cyber Week, like into the 1st, because the 1st is coming up too. So we want to do something. I'm going to talk to my team. We're going to figure it out. So look for that too as well. Beginning, of course, is hands down Tuesday, November 30th, and Saturday, hands down the best. November 30th and Saturday, December 4th. Learn TA in the language of the patterns, 2 hours that are life-changing. You can pay with crypto for your beginner's course by emailing cryptolifers@gmail.com. Check out Lifers Testimonials, and you'll know you're in the right place. Hit the link right there. Thank you so much, Love Learning, for putting that out there. Appreciate it. Super Chats, Crow, deep dive on Meta, ETHM, XRP, Sol, and VRA. Thank you so much, Tristan, for the $20 Super Chat. You're the man. I appreciate you, man. Thank you very much. Thank you for all the Super Chats today as well. Thank you to Crypto Greg as well. I saw you slide in there, Crypto Greg. Thank you for the Rocket Dog for the $5. Have you time for Solana TA? It would be appreciated. So, thank you, Rocket Dog. Appreciate you. Can you check out XRP? We will. Joe, can you check out Ethereum Meta, ETHM? Came across it this weekend. We'll take a look at Ethereum Meta from Joe. Joe, thank you so much. I appreciate you, man. Always showing love, always saying thank you and being appreciative to me. It's very nice of you. I appreciate you, Joe. And thank you very, very much for coming on to the live. Thank you. Really, really nice guy. Okay. Let's take a look, too. Also, Crypto Greg, I know you're in there. There you go. Crypto Greg with the $20 super chat. Crow, 1 hour RSI looking way overbought and spicy. Thoughts and targets for re-entry? Thanks. Again, I'm never going to tell anyone what to do, buy or sell. We'll take a look at what the technical analysis say, and you can kind of take it from there. Let's take a look at Crow and see what we see happening for Crow. We'll take a look at the USDT pair here on Coinbase, right? So Crow, and we'll start fresh with a new look. I mean, two things that I see right off the bat. One thing I don't want to see, but I'll break it up. I'll break it down, right? Do we have a shoulder ahead and a possible shoulder for Crow that wants to dump really, really bad, right? I mean, this is just a possibility. I'm not saying it's guaranteed. Just something that I saw right when I looked at it. You know, when they say go for your first idea, this is just a possible first idea right here for Crow, right? Crypto.com, it's the coin that you can use to buy things with it has a Visa card or some, maybe a MasterCard, some type of debit and credit card. So does Crow crash all the way back down to 41? Was this just a run up in price because of the hype when it was called the stadium? Does the market take a bit of a correction? Does Crow go down with it? You never know. I mean, this is just something to look at. It's not a guarantee. It's just something I'm looking at. Possible, right? So we'll put that there in the bank, right? We've looked at that. We've gone over the bearish idea, right? So you don't want to sell yourself. Every story has to be perfect, right? Like maybe that's happening. And now, okay, that's fine. Now we can pull a Fibonacci too from this level here up, and we'll just look at the retracement here on the Fibonacci and give us a level that we're looking at here. We did bounce very low off the 0.5. We could get closer to the 0.618. But right now we're holding the same level that we bounced off here too. This is a good level of support for Crow. As you see here, look, it was support here. It's support now again at 66 cents. We're now back at 71, making a higher high on the 1 hour above the 200-day moving average, which also isn't too shabby. A bit of a tiny cup and handle here. Slight shoulder head and shoulder two kind of forming here at the bottom. Tiny cup and handle there, and some say, we're in a falling wedge that we already broke out. So I showed you the bearish scenario that I saw off the bat. Doesn't mean it has to be occurring, just a possibility. And then here's the bullish scenario. Is this a retest of previous support and resistance regions ready to rock to the upside? We are oversold on the 1 hour. We are, the 4 hour is a little high. That worries me that we may actually get the dump. Look, shoulder, head, and shoulder, and then a little bit of a dump more. Interesting. 4 hour is a little high on you there. Could we get more of a dump to the downside, back to the 618 area here, into this area? So something to watch out. Crow may have a little more of a retracement than we realize on our hands. I'd like to see some candles close, I guess, above the 0.382 fib at 74. That would actually solidify a little more that these fibs are working in our favor. And so that's something I'd be looking at for Crow. Now, if it is bullish, it's got a measured move out of this, if it can kind of find its way out somewhere into the $1.18 region, something for crypto.com. So yeah. Now the 1 hour does look good for a tiny scalp though, possibly. Like if you zoomed in here, 1 hour's getting low as the 15-minute low as well. 15-minute, kind of waving out. There's one other way to look at it. Just trying to be as open-minded as possible. Like, it could be forming something like this. But again, like if that just comes back to the upside, that could even be a bearish flag, right? And you can see it move back down to the downside. It's weird. I see some bearish tones for Crow, even though I don't want to. Like, I'm like, I think it should continue to pump. What I think and what the technical analysis say are usually not always the same things, and they shouldn't. And that's really why the TA works, and I don't use what I think, right? Even though I'm like, no, I want it to be right. Like, this doesn't make sense, but it usually isn't, Ethereum Meta price today on CoinMarketCap, ETHM, Ethereum Meta, 323. Let's take a look at this thing. Let's see it on Binance Smart Chain. I was about to say, it's called Ethereum Meta, but you better be able to buy it on the BSC. Funny, no one wants it to be on the Ethereum chain, despite the name. How hilarious is that? So this thing just bottomed out, like at the very, very bottom. Look at that thing. Just dumped. I don't know. It looks like a rug pull or something to me. I don't know. I would stay away from this. I could be on the wrong one, but I don't. Wow, that looks horrible. Anyway, yeah, I'd like to move on from that. My bad, man. Sorry, Joe. Not really sure what it is. I kind of like, why did it do that? It looks like it got VC pre-saled. Untraceable transactions powered by smart contracts. If Ethereum is HTTP, then Ethereum Meta is HTTPS, a secure transport layer, foundation to privacy layer for the metaverse. That's pretty good then. Coin specifications address a major weakness in Ethereum, the lack of privacy. Ethereum Meta enables smart contracts where no friend, family, or foe can see what you bought and for how much. Mixing tokens, ROI, Ethereum Meta. Roadmap, Chrome, Android apps, download the white paper, wallets. So it's privacy. It's got a Polygon, Avalanche, Binance Smart Chain. That's interesting. It's multi-chain already as it's doing its thing. I like what I'm seeing there. Actually, this is pretty good, Joe. I like what you're showing me. The chart looks horrible. I don't know why. If I went by the chart alone, it's like definitely looks like it got rug pulled or slammed. But the idea and the premise look pretty nice if it can achieve something close. Down 88% today with a market cap of 161,000. I don't know though. Looks a little shady to me. But you never know. I don't want to bash a project that I don't know anything about, but it's definitely not something I look. It doesn't look healthy, right? It's not healthy. It's not like, oh, that's great. I wouldn't say that, right? Let's take a look at our baby XRP, which was looking really bullish not too long ago. It looked like it wanted a $2.13 XRP. We'll see here now. XRP USDT here on Binance. Wow, back to 90 cents, breaking the dollar. That's so sad for XRP. Taking the dump. Bitcoin may be dumping too as well. We'll take a look at Bitcoin in a second. XRP falling back down, trying to hold this bullish divergence. It's not perfect though. They're both kind of swinging to the downside. It's like Class C. Look at the bigger time frame for XRP, and there we go. We even get stopped out. It was in a beautiful pennant. Actually, maybe we didn't get stopped out. It's very close though. If we did, it's like on the verge. Try to put it back in the pennant, but to me, it definitely fell out. Now it needs to break back into the pennant. It is oversold on the daily time frame though. So, I mean, these are usually times of love. I mean, it could even be making a cup and handle here, a smaller cup and handle for XRP and recovery. But damn, breaking below a bean now, XRP, right? EGLD seems to be pumping 418. That is a really strong retracement on the daily time frame, and you can see it's already moving back to the upside. I like this. I like what I'm seeing for EGLD. Watch EGLD, man. This thing wants to keep pumping. It looks like it's really using this as support. It looks like it wants to get back up to 610. So EGLD showing big signs of life, especially on the daily time frame. EGLD, right? Rest of the market slumping again. MTV in the flag. Can MTV break back out and get to those new all-time highs up 100%? That's what we're looking at for MTV. Target is 4 cents and 3/10 of a cent for MTV. Let's take a look at BTC, USDT2, the Binance here on Bitcoin holding 54,000, but that level really, really needs to hold, right? So possible target for Bitcoin could be even lower, right? We're watching the smaller time frame minutia here for Bitcoin. Don't want to see it break this level. It does. We're looking at 53.5, and if it breaks 53.5, we could gap down really fast back to 51,368. So all levels are watching for Bitcoin. We're getting oversold in that 1 hour. Momentum is down though, and we could see more dumpage for sure. So almost more idea that there's a dumpage, and even like more of candle closing down in this area would be more of the measured move. So waiting for the 1 hour, the 4 hours cruising though. Could we get a nice curve to the upside? 4 hours suggests we may have bottomed already. So there's some signs of bearishness, some signs of bullishness. We're indecisive, in my humble opinion. This is one of those times where Bitcoin's kind of, you're riding it out. You try to play this divergence on the 15-minute and go for it. We did that the other night. We hit it. We'll see if it continues to play out on this one, too. Right, slightly higher low right now. That's the only thing that we can start to begin for a bearish move to the upside, right? Higher high, higher low, like lower low, lower low, higher high, higher low. Can we get a higher high? So I keep talking about this. It's all about the bull showing up and getting Bitcoin up above 55,450, and then, up above these big zones and getting back up there. Until then, really, there's nothing really to talk about. Like, until we can break this local high here at 55,500, really, Bitcoin's just going to continue up and not make a higher high, and then slump back down and probably make a lower low as well. So we also showed you some reasons to watch on the daily time frame as not to worry, right? Let's take a look at Solana, which is going to follow Bitcoin too. So anything below 200 for Solana to me is like a beautiful idea. Like, anyone who FOMO'd in a little too bad at the top, there's always going to be another time. So look, 186 for Solana. Like, it's just like I almost knew it was going to come back. Let's take a look here. And that's why I use what's called a stupaloose. A stupaloose, because you never knew when you might need a stop loss, right? So let's take a look at this trade. That did get stopped out as it got closed out. Now, thank you so much for the super chats. Thank you so much for the love. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here and calling yourself Crypto Lifers and jumping on into the Crypto Lifer Show. I really, really appreciate it. We'll take a look at VRA for Tristan too in a second. Thank you, Tristan. I appreciate you, man. One guy mentioned something like that in an AMA too. I don't get it. Did Sam sell his ORE every single? No, never. Super chats, Mana Crow, deep dive on Meta, ETHM, XRP Sol, and VRA. Yeah, Meta doesn't look too healthy, but I like the chart. I mean, I like I like what we're looking at. Can you look at one you had on the list, DDX, looking pretty spicy. Thank you. Cool, man. Thank you for putting DDX on the radar. DYX ready to dump. Also, literally love how this one stop watch on YouTube. I feel like we're actually learning something watching you, and I watch a lot of YouTubers. Thank you so much, Kevinville. I appreciate you, man, for saying that. And that's the point. People should come here to learn. My whole thing is this. I'm going to do the whole spiel that everyone's heard, but I fell and cut my wrist open. I was bleeding out of the wrist. It was disgusting. It was everywhere, right? Alert on polls. We'll take a look at that, too. You're lucky you get my alerts when they're live. If you get a live alert, that means you came to the right place. It's almost like double jeopardy. You don't always get the live alerts. If you get the live alert, then you're lucky enough to probably get what I'm looking at. If I put alert on it, it means that I've put a lot of time and effort into looking at what's going on, and I probably am getting hungry on that trade. So something to look at. Look, emerging cup and handle here for Solana. I like what I'm seeing there for that length of that pole there, and the measured move, 277 for Solana, and continuing up to our initial target at 328. No one said there wasn't going to be a pullback on the way for Solana to pull up. Let's pull a Fibonacci here too and see what we got going on. Alt F is going to be your shortcut up to the bottom left to the up right there. And we can see that we're bouncing right very close to the 618. A little more, we could even get to the 706 and bounce even to the 786. Be nothing wrong with that. Solana in these zones somewhere between 168 and 183 would be an absolute steal, said the Fibonacci level as well. Another thing we're starting to see too is swing up on these levels here and swing down on the RSI. That's going to give you hidden bullish divergence. Tells you the trend was highly likely to continue to the upside. Also, we saw it here when we had swing down here, just to kind of show you what I'm talking about if you're confused and you don't know what I mean. And then here we had swing up to swing up. Right there, these angles did not match. You had a swing up to swing up. Here you had a swing down, and we would get a nice pump to the upside. Here we have a swing up to swing up. Here you have a swing to swing down, and we will get highly likely a pump to the upside. Here was a falling wedge as well. Here's a falling wedge as well. We are also low on the stochastics and low on the stochastics. MACD was about to turn. MACD is about to turn. We're seeing similar ideas. Let's also pull a Fibonacci, and we'll compare it to that way as well. So, like, just, everything I show you, you can find out yourself. And here we came right down to the 618 and the 0.65, which is the golden pocket, which I teach and talk about all the time to my students. And look, that's exactly where we retraced. And here we go. This is where I make trading cryptocurrency simple and easy to explain. If you like this stuff, this is how I teach. Jump into my beginner's course every single Tuesday from 3 to 5. I also teach MetaMask, how to link up to the seven biggest chains, Solana, Matic, Avalanche, Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain, One, Harmony One, and Fantom. Get those all, learn how to put them all in your MetaMask, get ready to use your MetaMask, speed up your gas fees in the advanced sections, learn how to do that, how to get rid of a nonce if you're stuck, how to figure out all these interesting things. What is an LP token, how to make one, what is the difference between a pool and a farm, how to stake, how to actually farm, and all the rest that comes with cryptocurrency and decentralized finance. If that gets you excited, if that's something that you like and you're looking at, jump into the beginning to that course, MetaMask course, every Friday from 1 to 3 p.m. It'll blow your mind. So I'd like to see you guys there. If you'd like to jump in, I'll see you there on either class. Tuesdays from 3 to 5:30 is the technical analysis class. That's where we're going to show you how we do all this fun stuff with the MACD, the RSI, the stochastics RSI, how do we find patterns, support and resistance, Fibonacci levels, and more. Jump on into that course. It is every single Tuesday from 3 to 5:30, and you will be blessed, and you'll have so much fun, and you'll learn a lot that you can take with you for the rest of your life. See, we're not freaking out today. We're not scared about Bitcoin. We're not crying. We're actually looking at some gains from Cwar and some other coins and actually showing you how we're scanning the market. I actually even showed you some smaller, really lower cap coins that you'd want to keep on the radar. And we're just slowly going through the rest of the market. So thank you so much for the super chats. Thank you so much for the love and help me getting through the day as well. So this is business as usual on another Saturday night with the lifers. So I love you all and thank you. Let's take a look at our baby DDX about to pop on the stream. Says my mans and thems. Wow, it already seemed to have popped on the stream. Right? In the last, look at that. Yeah, I see what you're saying here on the 15, right? DDX, man. Remember, this was a decentralized exchange, kind of like DYDX. Remember that? It was on our radar back in the day. We had been looking at it back when it was, right, 5 beans. Now, look, 11 did the double up. Let's see how many legs it has in the measured move here. It's a little more pinch up. There you go. About 18 in the measured move from 11. Not too shabby. It is pumping exactly as Crypto Greg said it would on the live. So there you have a quick little scalp possible there. This thing is flying. Let's go to a smaller time frame to even look at it. Yeah, the 7-minute looking absolutely proper and beautiful. 50-minute and 7-minute. And look at the pump on DDX. So there it is again. Our team is always on it. If I'm not on it, someone in the chat is on it. Most focused group in the game, the Crypto Lifers. You know, I've been to a lot of other live streams. I don't see the participation in the people in the chat section the same. I really don't see people really getting it in. I talked about Sin City, went over it for my team just a few days ago. Saw that it was connected to the Vulcan Forge team. That got me super excited. To me, I was like, this thing is ready to rock. Sin City, right? Sin City Metaverse. And this thing has been booming to the upside at 67 cents, $40 million market cap. And let's talk about Sin City. So we cover it all. The poo coins to the big coins, anything going on. Bearish divergence on the 2-week. Yeah, we saw that. You, Roxanne, called DDX a long time ago. You're the man, dude. Thanks for putting it on the radar, though. You're the man. Sin City, yeah, it's breaking out of another cup and handle. Look at this. This is definitely a cup and handle for Sin City. Look at that. With a very nice measured move. If it can break to the upside, I like what I'm seeing here for Sin City. Bam, bam. And that thing is breaking out. Pumped up hard. On the way to the target to a new all-time high and more. This thing is getting bags for sure. Getting moves to the upside. Wow. Sin City came out of nowhere and continuing to rip faces off the market. It was just 79 cents. It's now 89. That's a 9x almost. Doing damage. And shout out to Love Learning and all my mods and people hooking me up and just giving me love. Appreciate each and every one of you. Also, Patreon is amazing. 24/7 resource, exclusive lifer charts, beginners TA learning library, traders from around the world, VIP charts and ideas. Join the Patreon with the Crypto Lifers. You can pay in crypto to join the Patreon fam by emailing cryptolifers@gmail.com. Check out Lifers testimonials. You'll know you're in the right place. Walk on water, best investment in yourself. Join the Patreon with the Crypto Lifer. You guys will absolutely love it. And let's look at some of the testimonials we copied the other day. What up, Sam? Sent out a shout out to me a couple days ago. What up, Sam? You sent out a shout out to me a couple days ago out in Italy, courtesy of my cousin Porter Rock. Just paid for the year because the proof is in the pudding. You're pumping at a high frequency, and that's what I like around me these days. Based off just watching your live feed on YouTube, I was able to pull profit and understand the market a lot better. So I know you're worth the money, and you seem like a dude I can kick it with on the regular, me being from New York and all. Let's go. And that's what I love to hear. You know, I'm about 2 weeks in this group, and I'm going to tell you I'm very impressed, truly blown away at the focus and determination of the group. Wow, great job, Lifer, and the whole community. With a team like this, failure is not an option. Teamwork makes the dream work. Took the MetaMask course. The stress of moving my money around is gone. More than worth it. I mean, amazing, right? It's like, right? Guys, this is the best $100 you'll ever spend. I honestly think even if it was $1,000 a month, it would be worth it. I have made some serious gains from joining, and I've been here for 2 weeks and already 6x my portfolio. Invest in yourself before you invest in anything. You will lose money in crypto if you don't learn and invest in time in yourself. I wish I knew about this group earlier. Amazing, right? I just joined the Patreon 10 days ago. I made the annual investment up front and have already made it back, and then some. Thank you, Lifer. You're truly a blessing. I joined the Patreon on the 1st of November. Money last night, Tuesday evening, I already had my money back. 3-month subscription. I'm now moving into profit on Wednesday, day 3. This is top-notch TA you can take across your own ideas, research, and make informed entries on stuff you fancy. Also, just as importantly, you don't get half of each video being Lifer making a pitch for you to join in exchange from a wonderful free money bonus that you can trade with leverage. That's both refreshing and shows honesty. This group has value to traders and would-be traders alike. I can't recommend it highly enough. So, shout out to everyone that wrote those. I did not pay anyone to write those. Amazing, amazing. Look at this, breaking 13 and doing damage. Is this thing in price discovery too? Has it ever been up in here? I mean, basically going into price disco right now. The highest it ever was 1152. This thing is in price disco. So shout out to Crypto Greg for watching this like a hawk and being on it. I mean, this thing is flying. Look, it just went to 1451 in your face. And just like he said, watch it break out live on the stream. And again, green candles here, no matter what happens on the channel, seems to be a green candle every single time. We did get if we did get to snatch an entry, it would have been around 12. This thing's already pumping up to 14. I mean, that's 1/6 in a few minutes, a little under 20%, doing absolute damage. DDX on the radar, interesting. Shout out to Crypto Greg with the super chat and always putting it on the radar for the team. Crypto Greg, you're the man, dude. You're the man. Never missing a beat. Crypto Greg, the Hermosa King. Now we're running off, man. 54K Bitcoin struggling as people want to buy Metaverse coins and sell their Bitcoin off. People are like, you know what? I'm going to sell my Bitcoin for something better. Bitcoin struggling, but what will happen is Bitcoin will become the non-fun thing, and then next thing you know, it'll be the biggest thing since sliced bread. Watch this 15-minute dumping on you too, though, so the 15-minute can get down, which it is. Nice dump coming. So, measured move is down there, and honestly, man, we showing you the measured move of this bigger idea. And that's why I always go to I'll go to like a cleaner chart and show us one last idea here so you can see what I mean. So on the 15-minute, it's getting to be a bit of a bear panic, right? I mean, that's ugly. Bear rectangle, whatever you want to call it. Like, you flip that upside down and that's a bullish pattern, right? So you know how we trade. We trade in a way that we can't lie to ourselves, right? We trade in a way where our conviction can't be forced on ourselves by our thoughts and emotions. And this is why I love using the upside down chart. That's really how you kind of escape your own ideas that have to be. Like, it has to be this way. No, it doesn't, though. It doesn't have to be anyway. It has to be the way that the percentages have gone in the past. And that's all you can go on, right? So that's like Probability is this breaks to the downside to 48,746. Like, let's flip this back to the upside. That's going to be our measured move. So if we get to 48K, I won't be surprised. That'll be our next bottom period, and we'll see what happens from there. A lot of people screaming that this is a double top, and we're starting a bear market, right? And there's the battle back and forth, and anything is possible. I'm open-minded to believe it could be or it couldn't be, and I'm not going to be convinced either way until I see certain levels break or go up again. Like, I'm not getting into that game like I used to when I was younger. I'm a grown, more mature trader now, and I realize that anything is happening and anything is possible at any given moment, and I have to be ready for that. So I don't like to teach myself or lie to myself or push myself or believe that we're guaranteed in this or guaranteed in that, because we just don't know. We just don't know. And the best way to handle anything like this is to be prepared for both situations at all times. And that's how a true trader should be, because you never know. Now, we could break out of this. We could come back down here and then break out of it. It is a falling wedge. I'd like to see us maybe come back down and break out of this. And it's possible that's what's happening. We're going to test this level, though. Look, 52K, 53K, maybe one more time, and then bounce on out of here. So bear scenarios, definitely still watching Bitcoin very, very closely, too, as well. Okay. Let's take a look at ZK2, but ZKs are going to go up. Spark Point, which people probably will get confused with ZK and think it's SK. I'm just joking, but it actually might happen. I don't know. This thing started to pump a little bit. Remember, it had some light at the tunnel, but then it got dumped on pretty fast. Let's take a look at here on the 4-hour. Wow, this thing just got dumped on. Round bottoms pay the bills, but this thing is at the low. Bit of a cup and handle here forming for it, though. Right? Daily extremely oversold. Can you get some love? And there's your previous high, like right about there. Couple support and resistance lines, and what I'm seeing for SRK. Bouncing off the low, too, of these zones and getting all the way up to 0.1372. Could be a 3x there going, or let's see here, right? Yeah, 200% gains, and then all the way back to that all-time high. This thing has legs up 500%. I like the whole premise behind it, and it's like an educational, Spark Point, and they had some it had some legs and some movement. Unless they miss some milestones or they're just kind of down with the market, we shall see. But this thing didn't really get any legs yet. Too crazy. Let's see what happened to our baby Too Crazy. Really still holding the cup and handle, and actually looking pretty bullish to me, in my humble opinion. This has smart NFTs, like different type of NFTs. The website's hot. I'm still hot on this. I like what I'm seeing here. Some say giant shoulder, head, and shoulder possible idea there too as well. Bit of a rounded bottom in the middle. Kind of like a cup and then a handle here. See that? Something like this. So this is quite interesting too. Too crazy. And it's on my radar. Bam. 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 Too Crazy back up to about 10 cents is the measured move to Crazy. And then it's in price discovery too. So, it's got some more room. It could come down a little more and bounce off this level, right? Bounce here. Could bounce up for a retest, and then, Too Crazy. And this is kind of, you want to plant, I'm looking at things just in advance, and you never know. The market could take a turn too. You never know, but I like to have my plans open for if it doesn't, because if it doesn't, that you want to be able to make a move, or you want to have some pivots to pivot to. And it's like I was saying the other day, it's all about the pivot. The pivoting is really what makes a good trader. Can you pivot? Are you stuck in every single trade that you're in, or can you pivot in and out? Can you figure out what's worth cutting off and what's worth moving forward on? You know, look at XRP Muser. He's out in Thailand right now, showing us a beautiful picture of the beach. Beautiful place to be. Going swimming today. Lucky guy out there. Shout out to my buddy XRP Muser, hanging out in the beautiful beaches. You're the man, dude. You're the man, dude. So Too Crazy on my radar, right? Do your own research, you know, track it out yourself, but take a look at Too Crazy. Too Crazy, baby. So funny. Let's look at that thing. Back to 12, 13, 12. Oh, took a little bit of hit, but it's still forming a flag now on the smaller time frame. That's actually that's a retest, and then it's gone. I mean, boom. That's really what you're looking for, is the retest there. Bam. Let's take a look back at that chat. How's everybody doing? How's the chat kicking out? Super chats, XRP and VRA. Oh yeah, let's take a look at bridges are booming. Narrative, I don't know if you're being fictitious, but it's legit. Bridges are a booming narrative. Mellow in here without the tunes. No, I'm serious. LOL. Super chats, XRP. We went over XRP. Let's take a look at VRA. We got to get VRA out. Veracity from my man Tristan. Fustalar. Appreciate you, my friend. Wow, so this thing's dumping back down, showing some signs of love. But wow, a lot of people dumping the alts today. Interesting, as Bitcoin gets a little dumpy, you're seeing the panic sellers. A lot of retail panic selling, right? They watch the right channel at the right time, telling them, hey, it's the end. Right, golden pocket between the 0.618 and the 0.65 levels. Many times price wicks to the 706. So we're sitting here patiently waiting for VRA to get into the golden pocket, make this beautiful emerging cup and handle. So all is well for VRA. Can we get there, right? VRA reminder of the 618, right? When I started doing this, it was fun. Like I started using smaller amounts to see if I could catch the golden pocket. You know, 50, 60 bucks. Can I catch the golden pocket? You got better at it with smaller amounts of money till I got really comfortable using Fibonacci's as levels of entry and exiting too as well. So, but it took time, and it takes a lot of time to kind of make the physiological connection between your brain and in the rewarding levels of the Fibonacci. So, and that's another thing that I teach. If you'd like to learn that, a whole Fibonacci class, just did basically a beginner's Fibonacci class for the whole team. It's actually posted inside of the beginner's course in my learning library. I mean, so I have basically a place where you can learn technical analysis inside of my trading group called the Learning Library, the Technical Analysis Learning Library. And in there's going to be video tutorials posted by me and my team, things that really help you along your way to success. So basically a free library of videos ready to help you. Like right here, look, this free Crypto Lifer Fibonacci class, Volume 1. Amazing Crypto Lifer class. So jump on into that stuff, learn that, jump on into my Patreon. It'll blow your mind with the amount of information and knowledge you can have, as we'll teach you everything we know as a group to help you excel in technical analysis and learn the TA and the way of the TA. So I'm really liking Veracity, VRA coming back into this golden pocket. It's on the radar here as well, right? So GALA hasn't even launched 3 of their upcoming games. Killer NFT. Yeah, GALA's going to be huge. Like, it's going to be absolutely huge. It's like kind of scary to think about what's going to happen to GALA, honestly. Radix. Just banging on them at 38 cents. Only 2 levels left of resistance. I like what I'm seeing for Radix. Is it's just forming this kind of falling wedge here, getting ready for a move too, for Radix. We'll take a look at the fib. It's a little more extended than the other ones because we're a little higher than I'd like to be, but we'll see. Yeah, a little more to the 618, and then there's our bounce, and that could bring us back to 29.32 area, even a wick to the 26, and then all could be well for our move back to the upside. The bigger target, if that is the case, and there's really not levels of support or resistance, is back to 105. Is back to 105. Is 105, not back to 105. It never was there before. Is 105. So 2 levels left of resistance, really there, and their fib levels too. I see this thing getting legs, just getting started. The daily's getting low again. The 4 hours getting oversold again. This thing's getting ready for a launch. I mean, the 1 hour is getting low as well, too. All time frames are oversold for this thing, and it's pretty close to a Fibonacci retracement level. $1's not too far from EXRD, so it's quite interesting, right? Is Cwar continuing its pump too, despite Bitcoin struggling a little bit in the 414, 420 area? Cwar, small pullback here on the 1 hour though. Small pullback. 4 hour really still has room to go. 4 hour shows like look, 3 white soldiers even shows more signs of a pump to the upside. I like what I'm seeing here for Cwar. And again, remember that hidden bullish divergence still kind of looming as well. DDX still doing its thing on Coinbase. 1338 and doing damage. And look at that. I mean, that's a flag right there for sure on the 5 minute, flagging out, getting ready. I mean, to me, that was a retest with a pump to the upside. So it looks like this thing's going to ride out a little bit more tonight. 1 minute is really all you got to. You can do this on the 1 minute. Form a bit of a pennant here. That I think is like breaking out. And there's a retest there with a pump. So you can just keep breaking it down and showing yourself kind of more and more smaller macro ideas inside of the bigger ideas. And this thing looks really, really nice. So it definitely, so far so good, is continuing to the upside. 1352 for DDX, right? And thank you so much for the super chat. Last call super chats XRP. We did XRP already. And yeah, we did XRP already. DDX flag, it does not care about Bitcoin. No, it does not. CKB. Then we done. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Yeah, I think we did them. We did them. Let's take a look at CKB, USDT. Falling back to 3 cents, but holding 3 cents, which is beautiful because that was like the pump area. This thing's looking hard, really. Small pullback on the daily with still room to go. I mean, CKB's in a cup and handle with a giant move to the upside. Look at this thing. This thing's just getting started. Like, CKB, man. Met the whole team, the CEO, Kevin Wang. Really interesting group of people. Smart, dedicated team. Definitely a horse you definitely want to bet on. I looked them all in the face, met with them, and was like, wow, what a good team. So I like what I'm seeing for CKB and what comes out of them as well. I see that getting all the way up to 5 8/10%. It's just a little pullback like we see. I'm really not too stressed about it. But, I'm taking it day by day. I'm taking it day by day. Valhalla doing damage. We talked about Valhalla too as well many times. Nervos, you never did CKB. Nervos net. There you go. All right, everyone, thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. Remember, if you came to the channel, then we're already doing the right thing. And remember, please comment, like, and subscribe. Join the groups. Join the Patreon. Jump on in. Get the education that you need. If you're still thinking about it, jump on in. I'm telling you, it'll get you going. Yeah, so I would love to see you guys there. And again, we also do free classes all the time. We just did a free class earlier today on 3 commas. 2 days ago, we did a free class on Fibonacci. Posted those to the Learning Library. We have access to those immediately. So if you jump into the class today, you can start learning immediately in that Learning Library and get yourself ready to go. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for calling yourself Crypto Lifers. If you're new and you just found the channel, I think you found yourself a gem, and thank you for being here as well. So everyone, I'm signing off for the night. I will see you tomorrow, Sunday, for Bitcoin in the weekly candle close. It's going to be highly volatile Sunday, especially with the emotions running high. Look for Bitcoin to go up or down in some crazy ways. There's going to be some big moves for Bitcoin tomorrow night. Definitely want to catch the weekly candle close with me if you're just jumping in now. You're definitely going to be ready for the week ahead, and we're going to break down exactly what happens with that weekly candle close, what it means, the levels to watch, and we're going to look at the weekly candle close. So shout out to everyone here on the live. Thank you for everyone here. 155 people watching, 153 likes. Thank you so much for the super chats. Thank you so much for the love, and I'll see each and every one of you tomorrow on the live stream. 1, 2, 3. Crypto is life. Peace.